Hey YouTube, Mike here. How we doing today? Alright, today we're going to start on that desk build for my hobby cave. The desk is going to be roughly 6 foot long by 31 inches tall. It's going to have, I'm going to probably be able to get 5 drawers instead of 4 drawers in each side. 2 smaller drawers for like paint, and then the rest for all little odds and ends. I'm going to be doing a hutch. I'm going to go between 36 and 40 inches tall, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do 2 little cubbies here to give me more room. So it's kind of like a rough sketch. I may leave this all open to put all my manuals and my books in there, and then on the top I'm going to display stuff. The hutch is going to be 12 inches wide. Also, it's going to be just a tad under 6 foot long to give it a little reveal. I'm going to do like breadboard edges on the end. And it'll give me like probably something in the ballpark between 3 feet, 3.5 feet in the middle to work on. And then I'm going to do one of those carpal tunnel foam pieces right there. I'm either going to recess it in or I'm going to just leave it on the top. It's hard, you know, when you're working and your wrists are laying on that edge of the table. Okay, alright, let's start the build. I have the cut sheet already. I already pre-cut my pieces into 2 foot by 4 foot like I always do. And let's start making some sawdust. Let's just go over a little bit of shop safety. Remember, eye protection, I wear mine all the time, and your hearing protection. Alright YouTube, let's make a little sawdust. Alright, let's get to some assembly. I cut filler blocks, clamp them in, gives me the exact dimensions I need off the bottom of the unit. Then these are the Rockler clampets. You bolt them in, they give you from 3/4 and 1/2 inch, 90 degree. You can remove this and actually clamp these on to give you an inexpensive 90 degree square. They make a mini, a large, and they make a large one with an adjustable knob that you can do angles with it. Woo! I gotta make a decision what I want to do putting an air conditioner in this garage. The board never got back to me telling me if I could put a compressor outside to put a split system in. I told them it's a tiny little thing, it's like 18 by 16. And I told them I'd put bushes and a stucco wall around it. They haven't gotten back to me. And, you know, one of those portable ones is going to, you know, cost almost the same amount of money. I don't want to get a portable one and put it here and it's in my way when I could have something just hanging on the wall. That's the bad thing about living in these communities. See what I'm doing here? I use that block because I know it's 2 inches in. And then I just put my nails right down there, which will give me the center of the 3/4. Nada. There they are. Just the carcasses. All right. Let's get on to the bases, the trim. Okay. I ripped some boards down to 2 inches. Little rounding oval plane from Fast Cap. And a little 3/4 smoothing plane. I'll include the model number in the description below. You basically give it the strokes and it stops. The blade is set at a certain specific distance. It gives it a nice little round over. Very, very smooth. Okay, those are the carcasses. Now we'll start on the drawers. All right, we got the drawers now. 2 carcasses are done. They're about 50% sanded. Okay, the drawers. Let me get this a little better here. Yeah. Okay, the drawers with this, I'm going to be going from the top down, and I'm going to be doing the left side first because I'm a lefty, and most of the stuff that I use all the time are going to be on my left-hand side. Okay, so my first drawer is going to be just about 2 inches. Because I have 2 different kinds of paints that I use. One's just a tad under 2 and one's a tad over 3. So these will be the first 2 drawers. A 2-inch drawer, a 3-inch drawer, a 3-inch drawer, a 3-inch drawer, a 4-inch drawer, and then a 9-inch drawer. That's where my spray paint's going to be. Now I'm not going to do dividers in these drawers because I have these little boxes that I already have made up. And it holds anywhere from say 8 to 14 different paints. And I just remove the whole box, and I have all the paints that I need for that one project that I'm going to be doing. Put the whole box back in. Okay, now I got roughly 12 drawers. I'm not going to bore you with 12 drawers. So we're going to build 1 drawer, and then I'll come back when I have all the drawers finished. quick and easy drawer. Enganos. Nine or 11 more to go. Okay, we got all the drawers are in. Now we have the drawer fronts. I did one already. Here's the one that I did already, right there. There's the top. You can see that back there. That I'm going to have to plane and sand down on the, that's the next step. And then we have these 5 to do. They're pretty much the same. I just altered them a little bit for a couple of different things that I want to store in. I think, I don't know if I mentioned, but I decided in one of the drawers I'm going to put my airbrush. I have a Nano. It's a very small, very little air airbrush from England that I can actually use inside the house. I don't have to use it in that spray booth that I built. So I can actually just use a little bit of a box and spray something real quick at the table where I don't have to waste time coming out here. Alright, this drawer, I decided to do the front of the drawers with 3/4 inch clear pine, and I just OG'd the ends on the router table, which we're going to do. Okay, the first board is one I glued up. That's like the bottom one over there. I glued up 2 5-inch boards and then ripped it down on the table saw, and now I just gotta sand it. Alright, let's make a little sawdust and make a little sweat. I'm starting with 100 grit on this. Hammer change over 1 point. Okay, let me just show you here. Let me get this camera back a little bit. Alright, I have the fast cap shims. They're 1/8, excuse me, they're 2mm shims. And then they give you 6 of them. We have them, and I'll show you. They all magnetize together. And then they give you 2 1mm shims on the end. So the metal are 1mm and the red are 2mm. So I'll take a 2mm shim, put it down at the bottom of the base, and I'll continue that all the way up to give me a 2mm gap, which this is here, all 2mm. They actually magnet on. So we have 8 3/4. I like to do the long grain first, then I do the end grain. With the end grain, you do the long grain first. Don't do a certain, clockwise or counterclockwise, because you'll end up tearing out a little bit. You tear out anyway, but if you do the long grain first, then the end grain. But as when you do the end grain, just steady and consistent pressure and pass and speed through the router. Now I use the bearing. I use a bearing on there, so and I carry it off the fence like maybe a 1/64 of an inch, and the piece of wood will rock, but it'll make up the difference. With a microscope, you'll see the difference in it. It's very fast and very safe. Then just take a little bit, like 150, 160 grit sandpaper, and you just sand off the little fur that's hanging out on it. And then once I sand it with the Festool sander down to about 220 grit, I'll actually do it to 180 with the machine, and then I'll hand sand it. I have, that sanding up to 180 and 240, these pads. They come in 80 feet of different grits. And I'll hand sand down to 240. Doesn't take very long because of the sanding to 180 already. Okay, and that's the draw. Now, I am painting them. We are painting it. It's going to be a nutmeg color. And I will, the top, I'm going to actually use like a polyurethane made for paint on the top. Now, with the shims, it keeps it 2 millimeters off the base. I'm under the next draw slide, you want to be kind of like even with the bottom of the next drawer slide. Get it even with the face edges, and then 2 clamps. Now, if you can actually mount the drawer pulls. Something like this would be like a double drawer pull. Some will just do a knob. I like doing on drawers double drawer pull, and on a door a single. That's what will be on the hutch. You can drill in the holes for your drawer pulls, then put a screw right through that, because you're going to be drilling through that anyway, and then pull out the drawer. But I like doing it this way, and I like putting the drawer pulls in when it's all painted, when it's all done. Very careful. I have that Craig jig. We'll do that later. Okay, countersink bit. And I lost it. That's because I swapped it out. I drilled the top holes for the top, and I never tightened this thing back up. Screws, 1-inch screws, because they're 1/2-inch drawers, 3/4. I already did it with 1.25 on that other one, and put the piece right through. I did with 8 there. Sure. Actually, these are self-closing on those. Had 2. One other little thing, one other little kind of tip. Before I bought these SYS system, I used to build all my drawers out of either that white melamine or plywood and make the border and drawer slides. Well, once I found this SYS system, I took everything apart, threw the wood away, saved the drawer slides. Wow. You got to do a lot of work on drawer slides that have been sitting in a humid climate for a year, year and a half, 2 years, inside of a Rubbermaid box. These things were so dried out. These self-closing are brand new, but I had to work probably 2 hours, taking them apart, cleaning them, denatured alcohol, greasing them up, a little bit of sandpaper, a little bit of file. Some of them, they ended up breaking. The ball bearings came out, throwing them away. So I ended up with probably just enough. I bought 2 self-closing and then this one, so 3 out of what I had. The rest I had to throw away. They sat, they got all messed up in the heat here. Now I'm going to admit something. There's 16-inch drawers, 17-inch drawers, excuse me, and these are 14-inch. That's all I had left, and I honestly was not going to buy it anymore. So I'll put something shorter in these drawers. Okay. Now I'm not going to bore you with 5 drawers. That's why I didn't bore you with 10 drawers. We'll do one more drawer, and you guys will pretty much get what's going on. We'll be back when it's all done and we're doing the top. Alright, now we have the top. The top is 4 1x8 boards that I ran through the joiner, which then will give me, it's 7.5 inches, which will give me 30 inches, exactly what I need. They're a little over 6 foot because I'm going to be trimming the ends, and I'm probably going to be doing a little breadboard feed on the ends. A little bit more, I need a little bit more stability because I clamp lights onto them. We decided to paint it almost like a coffee color, and then I'm going to polyurethane this top. Alright, first thing that I like to do is I like to orient the boards. Here, let me get in the middle. Now, I like using blue tape. I don't like putting the marks on here. Basically what I do is I take pieces of blue tape and I tape them right on the ends of the boards. Now I leave, of course, the ends open because then that'll let me know that they're the ends. Doesn't matter which one's the front, which one's the back. I'll decide that later once it's all glued up. Because this is one of the sides I'm going to route out like an 18-inch piece down so I can put that gel insert like you find on the computer desks for carpal tunnel. Now, I put the blue tape on. One is less to sand off the letters. So I take a pen, I just mark it. A, B, B, C, and C. Now, basically, it tells me what's the top of the board without having to really look for the letter or the number. It tells me what board I'm joining together, and it also just helps in the sanding. Okay, now, to mark the lines out, I'm going to be using dominoes. Let me grab my pencil. And I'm going to be using the dominoes for the edges. I'm going to reference off the end with the little pieces. So now, I'm going to be, I use the GRS 16 basically to give me some references, and then I'll go from there. I like making nice big lines. I'll just go right in the middle for now, and then I'll reference off that later. Okay, so that'll give me that. Alright, let me get everything set up for the dominoes. Okay, we're ready to domino. The board's 3/4, that's 20 millimeters, so I got the height set at 10 millimeters, and I'm using a 40 millimeter domino, so I have the depth set at 20 millimeters. I'm going to be doing the back board first, C, so I'm working my way from the back to the front. It's not necessarily the back, but we're going to call it the back right now. middle holes I made in the middle setting to give it a little bit more room to get the couple ones together. And the last.